Alright, I don't know if anyone's in here. I decided to go live just a few minutes early because when we had our live stream Sunday, there was a lot of issues. It wasn't working. Okay, here we go. So that's alright. I'll wait till someone hops in chat here and can let me know if you can hear and see me. We're a little bit early. There we go. You can see Nikki running around. Oh, looks like there's two people in here. CDB, hello, welcome. Thank you as always for being here and moderating. It's good to see you this evening. Volume's good. Thank you very much. That's what I was looking for. And I don't know what issue I was having on Sunday. I don't know. Some of you may have seen the start of that stream. And I was having some issues there recording, but I guess that's better now. I'm going to kind of wait just a few minutes and say hi before we get started. I don't have anything in particular really to say today. I have a couple things I want to show that I've gotten done this week in relation to the quails and the poultry village here, as I'm calling it. Say hi tonight to anyone who hops in and just kind of see what's going on. So nothing too crucial or planned this evening. You love the Balloon Fiesta video. Yeah, so we weren't actually at the Balloon Fiesta. The International Fiesta starts, they may have started already, I'm not sure, but it runs through the 10th, I think. Anyways, that's a lot of fun. We may or may not go. But Casey's school does a balloon rise every year in the morning, about an hour before school on a certain day. And so those balloons were going up at his school. So, but you know, as you know, the hot air balloons are beautiful. Where our house is out here, for anyone listening that doesn't know, I guess, New Mexico has what's called the box effect. And so between our mountains and the mesa and whatnot, the winds circulate in a box at a certain altitude that makes it really good for balloons. So that's why we do the International Balloon Fiesta here. The balloons can hit that level and cruise around the city kind of in a box shape. Well, that pattern drops the balloons right down over our house, probably, I don't know, 100 feet above our house before it carries them off. So this whole month, the balloons come right up to our house. We can hear the burners and wave at the people. Hey, RG Arizona Homestead, good evening. It is good to see you. I've liked your recent videos you've had there. They're cool and fun to watch, so that's awesome. But yeah, not a whole lot going. But I'll tell you a funny story. So one year I was taking our pool down, and it's about this time of year. So I had taken all the posts down and I had put them in black garbage bags to, you know, keep them safe, and wrapped them at the top and bottom, and I had a bunch of them laying out, and the way they were wrapped, it looked pretty much like a body, I guess, wrapped at the head and feet, and there was a bunch of them laying around, and I had a big hole in the yard, and all the balloons were swooping by right there, and I was just waiting for a call from, or a visit from the police or something, but that never happened. I'm assuming maybe being close enough to Halloween, that's why no one said anything, but it had to have looked funny for sure. Some of the stuff they probably catch me doing out in my yard. So I have made it a goal of mine that I will accomplish to get StreamYard or a program like that going by the end of October. So this month I will have that running, so that way I can pull your guys' comments up here on the screen. But so RG Arizona Homestead says, we have had the balloons in Lancaster as well, as fun to watch them go by. Yeah, the balloons are beautiful. I really like them. I don't know if I'd ever want to be in one. That's kind of scary. Scary thought, but they're beautiful. They really are. They fill the skies, and I know Arizona as well. New Mexico is absolutely beautiful sunrises and sunsets and skies. I know Arizona's a lot like that too. And so those pretty balloons and shapes in the background's a lot of fun. So we might get to that. It's a little bit brighter in this quail shack here, so in a few, well, I guess it's 8:02, isn't it? Okay, well, hello for you that know me. Welcome, and if you don't know me and you're joining or watching the replay, my name is Matthew. I'm here with the Grafted Branch Homestead, and so we are here on our urban homestead in the Southwest Desert, where we sit on a little under a quarter acre of urban land, and we are pushing it to its max to learn skills, to eat better, and live a little bit better of a life. The purpose of the channel is to show some DIYs, some skill share, some hopefully passing on some knowledge with gardening and animals, and some DIYs in building, and some stuff like that, as well as just have a great community around here. We are on urban homestead, so you'll probably hear a lot of noises around me. And the quail shack is not completely finished. It's more or less open, so you're going to hear quite a bit. But this is my version of doing the things, so it is a absolute goal of mine to get me and my family onto some country land where we can get away from the city. And so my version of doing the things now is learning skills. And so if you've done any gardening or raising of animals or building or anything like that, you know it's a lot more to it than just sticking a seed in the ground or buying a quail. It's definitely a learning curve and a process to all of it. And so I'm doing the things now to build the skills I need on a small scale, so that way when we do get land, I can just upscale and do the same things I'm doing now, just on a bigger scale. Learning habits and disciplines now that I will need then on a larger scale. And so this is my version of doing the things. Anyways, thanks for joining, everyone. There's my little spiel. Let's see, your dog hates the balloons. Oh yeah, ours barks at them sometimes. I would love to ride in one, as have skydived in my past. Oh wow, how cool. So I've thought about skydiving, definitely when I was a little younger. I still might want to do it. It sounds like a ton of fun. I think a hot air balloon I would do as long as I could have a parachute or something. I don't know, something about just being in that envelope with I watch how the top goes on and it fills with air and they release some, and I don't know, there's so many things that could go wrong. It scares me, but you can't live your life by fear, so don't do that. But they would be fun. That's neat to know you've been skydiving. Let's see. I have learned a lot from my channel. Oh, thanks. That's cool. And what I'm doing now, I'm glad. I want to share. I'm hoping some people will learn some things. I've learned a lot from all of you guys and from some great YouTube channels. And so I just try and pass that information and share it, and maybe bring a little bit of joy to some people's lives, as a lot of you bring to mine for sure. I know, RG, I love reading your comments, and I love seeing your videos, and just even seeing have a good day or have a blessed day really makes my day. It brings a lot of joy. And CDB, of course, always. And everyone else that's in here, I don't know. Oh, Verna. Hey, Verna. Good evening. And other quail lovers. Yes, it's good to see you, Verna. I missed your live this morning. I wasn't able to join. Wish I'd been there, but good to see you. I can watch it in the replay. I don't have a whole lot. I'm going to show some of the going-ons on the quail shack here. So if you don't know, or if you do, I've been building, I got my quail last year, and so I had built a quail hutch that was in this back area you see back here, more or less outside. They did just well, just fine. They did well in the winter, in the cold, and as well as in the summer. So they heat up, they're little heaters, and so as long as I keep them dry and away from the wind and all that, they did fine here outside. So I'm not building this quail shack. The camera makes the quail look large. Oh. So my brother, he had given me a nice camera. I used to do a lot of my recordings for videos, and different things. It has a lot of cool features, and I want to use it to do these streams as well. I just haven't quite figured that out yet, and so I'm still using my phone. I guess it's a good camera. It does make them look kind of large, huh? That's neat. Anyways, I'm building this shack, not necessarily to keep them warm, although it will do that. Their bodies heat up, and from watching other channels like WTF, the Whiskey Tango Farms, or different ones like that, I've learned that the quail bodies really heat up the area. And so as long as I have them in here and this can be enclosed, I am going to insulate it some just because I'm going to move the solar system in here, and that's a little something I want to talk about tonight too, I guess. But as you see, well, I guess I can show some of the upgrades here while I'm in here. So I think I showed last time, but I put a shutter on one window, and I need to build one on the second. My goal maybe this week here is to build some shutters for these top windows or these vents, so as to insulate it there. The solar system, I've been struggling with the solar system in the chicken coop, and so the one in here is a 12 amp hour battery. I was able to get my hands on a 75 amp hour battery. Oh yeah, I'll get to that saw in just a sec. So I have a bigger battery coming for the system, and I'm going to actually do my system a little different. Instead of doing one solar system, I have it divided up into different areas, and I like that in case you have a problem with one. So what I'm going to do is actually put the 75 amp hour battery in here. That's going to power this quail coop, as well as all the outside lights in here and the chicken run. And then I'm going to put the 35 amp hour battery to power the door, chicken door, and water pump and all that, just to upgrade it a little bit. But I put some more lights in here. I put some lights down low because I didn't think these bottom quail were getting enough light, and so I want to run them in the day. Part of the reason I have the quail is the chickens do kind of stop laying in the winter, and so a lot of people water glass their eggs and do that. Excuse me. I do want to save some eggs, but the quail, if I can keep at 14 hours of light in here, they should lay all year. That's the plan, and so I can continue to get eggs. We've had more eggs than we know what to do with, and with the chicken as well. So this nice old saw, I actually hung up today. I pulled it out of a bucket that was in the shed here that was here before us. I don't know how long it's been here. And I hung it on the wall. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it looked neat, so I'm going to get the rust off of it. But I like that saw. Okay, here. And so I'll show you a few other things I've done out here. And so I'm building this wall. I haven't got it all the way built, so it's still pretty open. But I'm going to finish it off here and across here. I'm going to put in some, although they have food and water, other systems out there, I'm going to put in a pipe here that I can dump some water down into a dish, and one with food down there. Just so in the winter, or if there's a lot of weather, I can come in here and get the chickens their stuff. I've decided to put a back door in here as well. And what this does is gives a back door both to the chicken coop area. It's always good to have two doors. Or a separate different way out. I put a back door in here. So this is the main door over here. And so actually here, let's see. We can go out this back door, and it's going to lead into this little back area. And so I can right now the chickens can come back here. But the plan is if I'm raising little baby chickens or things like that, I can use this as a grow out for those. Once they leave the brooder, which I want to have in here for the chickens and quail, then they can come out in this back area. So I'm going to put a door on here in this back area. But for right now, I have this, and so this will be closed off. I'll close all that up. And then I can come out here and back around to the front. And so that's my little quail shack here. I can hear people around, but anyways. And what I'm actually going to do, my poultry village. Hey, thanks guys for the thumbs up. There's 4 of you in here. That does help. I appreciate it. So I'm sorry I wasn't on here, and I'll answer your question, RG, in just a sec. I'm sorry I wasn't on here last week. I want to be on every week. That's my goal. Coming up with a lot of stuff going on here in October and the holidays. It may get a little choppy, so I guess a good time to say make sure you have that bell on all, and make sure you're subscribed. So this is another thing I built. This is a chicken tree, just to give them some more perching area. You can see them coming down to get some rice corn I gave them. Hey chickens. And so I think you asked, let's see, what was that, RG? I believe you asked about my solar panels. So in here is 35 watt solar system, or battery right now, that controls all the lights out here. It controls the solenoid, the water pump, the actuator for the door, the lights in there, out here, and in there. And that is all off 30 watts of solar. So that is highly underpowered. In here is the solar system. is 12 amp hour battery and 20 amp solar panel. So I've been collecting solar equipment for a couple years now, actually, as I want to start pulling our house not off grid, but taking different items off grid. And so what I mean by that is, instead of doing one big solar system for anything, I'm going to slowly do separate systems for everything. And so my backyard didn't have power wired up to it, and so I decided to do anything. Instead of putting 120 from the house out in the backyard, I'm just going to put everything on solar that I build out here, because that's what I want to eventually build for, is off grid anyways. So this is all off grid. I'm going to put a sink in here and an inverter, so I'm getting that 75 amp hour battery that's going to go in here, and I'm going to rework it so that pretty much everything except for the water pump and door will be on that 75 amp hour battery with a 100-watt solar panel that's going to go up on the roof. And so I'll do a video, but that's going to go in about a week or two. And then the 35 amp hour battery, and I'm going to put a I just spaced. Anyways, I'm going to put a little bit larger solar panel up there, and that will control the actuator and the water pump and whatnot. So let's see. Matt, now you need to have the roof so you can contain rainwater. Verna, let me show you something else I did. So this is something else. I've really been working. I don't want to get caught with my pants down for winter here. And so I've actually been able to get paneling, and I have a roof on the chicken coop. Well, let's go back there. I'll show you real quick. So on the chicken system, and I had put this in last year, it doesn't rain enough here in New Mexico really to collect the rainwater to offer solely off that. And so that is a huge concern. That is why our urban backyard, it's a huge failure point for our urban backyard. But what I can collect, I collect up off here, and that will spill into this bucket here, and then that feeds. And so right now I fill this bucket up about once every week, week and a half. And then over here I've been putting in a gutter, and I'm still working on it, but I have gotten a roof extended all the way across. So it's about 10 foot by 8 foot, 10 roof. I don't know how well you can see that in the dark, but I'll put up over this quail. And so it's going to dump its water into a enclosed little box that I built here, into a 55-gallon drum off this gutter. And that is going to be, so I saw a guy, and I'm trying to remember his name. I saw a YouTuber, and I can't think of his name, but he had built and some of you may have seen his videos, but he built this. He has quail, rabbits, and chickens, and he had built a watering system for in the winter that's heated, and it circulates the water through the whole thing. And so I'm going to have this covered, insulated, and more or less heated, their water there, and I want that to pump into a sink in here so I can coal in the shack here, as well as if weather's bad or in winter it's cold, whatever, I can come into the quail shack, fill up their waters, make sure they have water here, and everything can stay nice and defrosted in here for the birds and everything. So let's see. Yes, you need to upgrade to at least 200-watt panel. That would be about $200, not counting on 2 batteries, 6-volt, 100 amp hours would run everything. So I just got my hands on a 75 amp hour 12-volt battery. So I think battery, that might be okay. But solar panels, I might need to get another one. So I have one already. I have a 100-watt already that I'm going to put out here, but a second one would be about $100. So yeah, I think you're right. I'll probably get that second panel here as soon as I can get the money together and be able to run about everything I want out here. And then I want to start doing the same in my house, but I want to do that with the lithium batteries, and those are quite a bit more expensive. So as of right now, it's just a plan I'm formulating. It's nothing that's come to fruition yet, but I think it would be smart. And so what I want to do is put up some panels and some lithium batteries down in my den room, and I want to start pulling that room off the grid kind of, or put an inverter in, put my small deep chest freezer on it, put my computer and the lights down there, and pretty much everything down there on the little solar system. So that's going to cost quite a bit more, so it's just in plan. and then slowly do maybe the laundry room and then the kitchen and other rooms. So my house still, I'm not going to take it off grid, and it's all going to be a system that can come with me. So it's all going to be an investment in lithium and a learning curve. And why I want to do that one, lithium besides being just, you know, better batteries all around, is they're going to last a lot longer. So when we do get land, I can move them. From watching like Prepper Nurse or some of these other people and their solar systems, I like how they build a little solar house. If I had the money and money wasn't an option, I think I'd like to get like a little trailer, utility trailer, build a solar system on that with a bunch of panels that I could even put up another roof of panels, so it could be mobile. I don't know, just ideas. Matt, slow and steady wins the race, Verna. Yes, thank you, Verna. Thank you for reminding me. So I've been collecting solar things for about 4 years probably now. Just little components here or there. I'll buy something or find a battery or be given a piece. So it's definitely been slow and steady, for sure. Now that's a hutch. Hey, thanks. So the hutch I had built and I finally got cut in half. I don't know if anyone saw when I walked outside, but that's going to be used for grow outs and whatnot. Good to see you, Kararu. Oh, I don't know if I've seen you here before. Welcome. Great to see you. When you build a system, think about winter and it will handle the summer. Yep. So in here, I'm really gearing everything towards winter, and from what I've learned, summer, I have the vents up in here, and it actually did really well. It gets good airflow through here, so I'm not too worried about that. The animals do fine. They're really hardy. I worried way more. I had originally put a 120 volt heat lamp system in the chicken coop the first year I had chickens, and had it running whenever it got low, but they do fine. The door closes, it stays closed up in there. There's no drafts or anything, and their bodies heat up a lot, and they do just fine. I mean, watch some of the Alaskan homesteaders and stuff, and they do fine in the cold out there, and I know, you know, out here in the desert, they do fine. So I kind of showed around some of the things we've been working out here, and I'm going to remove my mic. Excuse me. Sorry, that was gross. My wife told me to don't spit. You spit on one of your last videos. Well, I'm sorry. So I apologize to anyone. I did get my koi at QuailCon. One of the females is getting bigger every day. Hey, that's cool, Verna. I'm really interested. Did you show them on your stream this morning? I don't know if you've shown them. I just think that's really cool. And it sounds like one of those is pregnant. So I'm probably gonna, quail are messy. If you guys haven't had quail, they throw their stuff everywhere. And that's one of the big costs with their food. So just sitting here, I'm being thrown food and things. Hey, look, they gave me another egg. Haven't gotten the eggs in the incubator yet. And so the incubator, my wife wants me to get them in the incubator inside and going so we have baby quail. And I may do that. What I really wanted to do was get the incubator put on solar and out here as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. No, not yet. Not until the pups come. Okay, cool. I'll be looking for that video, Verna. If you guys haven't... Chickens are fluttering around. If you guys haven't checked out Verna Young, check out her channel. She's awesome. In the winter, you have to cut the solar in half versus the summer month. That's the biggest problem. Yeah, so actually right now, the whole reason I'm upgrading really is because, well, one, I got my hands on a battery. And two, these last couple days, the door for the chickens hasn't been opening on time because the battery's been too low. Just with cloudy skies, stop it, you, lower light levels and all that. So with lithium batteries in the house, I'll be able to use more of the battery. Stop it, guys. Out here, it is a problem. So yeah, you're right, RG, definitely. If you got anyone on here is thinking about doing solar systems or stuff, just realize winter, you either need a lot more battery or some different types of systems. So I've been thinking about possibly putting a small wind turbine out here. Let's see, I've had a couple other ideas using maybe some thermal plates or something. to generate a little bit of electricity. I don't know. I have a couple ideas, but what they just spit water at me. Did you see that, Verna? I don't know if you saw that or you were just saying that, but yeah, one of them, and their water's on the back, so the water's in the trays on the back here, so they had to have come forward to spit it at me. I love these Winola Ranch cages. I do wish that, so I had mentioned that I wanted the covers for the waters on the back, and they sent me those free, and that was awesome. I wish that they had panels that attached here maybe that fell down, just because the quail do throw a lot out on the sides here, and so if it kept it in the tray, I think that would make this a little bit better. But besides that, I love these cages. No, you need more solar in the winter, not battery. More panels, okay, to fill the batteries, yeah. Oh, okay. I was thinking just more battery to handle cloudier day. I probably need both, but more panels to pull. Well, you're right. So right now, the one panel, all the lights you see that are on here, besides, I guess, the ones out back, are on my little 20-watt solar panel, 12-amp-hour battery. And they do pretty well, but this is the first year, not winter, so I'm going to put that 100-watt solar panel on, and then I think I'm going to take your advice, and I'm going to save up, so in a couple weeks, hopefully I'll get another 100-watt solar panel, and throw that up as well, and do 200 watts on here. Hopefully that's good. We do get tons of sun here in the New Mexico desert, but honorary at you. Yeah, they threw water at me. Verna says, Matt, have you ever bought the 2.5-gallon jugs of water? You can make those flaps yourself from something like that. Hey, that's a great idea, Verna. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I'm actually going to try that, because it already has holes here, so if I just put some holes in the plastic, I can easily twisty tie that on and stick it right down into the tray. Thanks, Verna. That's a great idea. You have a Winola Ranch cage, I believe. You have the Myshire one, right? Let's see, RG saying, look on Craigslist. You could save money. I haven't thought about Craigslist in a while, yeah. I know my mother is on Craigslist all the time finding things, so I might have to ask her if she can find some 12-volt solar panels. Let's see, recycle, reuse, and reduce. Yep. So I am all about recycling, and any wood I can find or be given, or solar components or things. I did buy these cages. I had made the first one, and I really didn't want to buy one, but these are just so darn convenient. I'm really happy I did. I like the ones I built, and I'm still building one, an IKEA type one. I just haven't been working on it lately. But and then now that I got the third stack here, it just works out so well. And so part of doing the quail shack is I want it to be real easy for my family to come in, and my son will come and collect the eggs and fill the food dishes here. And then the 5-gallon thing only needs to be filled once a week and a half or so. Nope. I have the Winola 3-tier cage. Okay. 2 of those plus a single layer breeder cage. Oh, all right. So you have 3 stacks. Well, 2 stacks and a single. So I'm going to have these, and then the hutch that I've built that I cut in half. Here, we can go out and take a look at that. We still got 5 y'all in here. Hey, thanks guys for staying, watching. I didn't really have a topic tonight. It's just kind of chat. But I saw, before I got on, I think, let's see, I think I was at like 615 viewers, which absolutely blows me away, or subscribers. So you guys rock. You're awesome. Sometimes I think, I get discouraged and just kind of think, who would want to watch all this? But I enjoy watching this stuff, so remember to give a thumbs up. Hey, CDP, yes. Thank you for reminding everyone. All right, I'm going to show you guys the hutch out here just because. So it's dark. There we go. Security lights came on. So I have these security lights everywhere, and they are great. I highly suggest them. But all right, so this is the hutch, and it was in 2 pieces. And so what I did was cut it in half had a real good buddy of mine come help me pull it out. And so I'm going to be putting other legs on the sides and finish building it out. And right now there's 2 little quails in here. Let's see, we might be able to see them. You can kind of see her. Anyways. And I'm going to use these for grow out pens. And then, you know, extra culling pin or male pin. I'm going to build another one right on the other side. This I might kind of want to use for rabbit hutch. I'm thinking about. May not be big enough, but I don't know. Anyways, we'll look into that a little bit. So tomorrow morning we are going to do garden chat with me and my son Casey. So join us then. You can't see a whole lot of the garden right now, but I can get some of these security lights to come on. I just wanted to show you. So I don't know if you guys saw my video where I had ground up wheat berries. I talked about wheat berries, how you can store them forever, you can eat them like that, you know, boil them or whatever, you can grind them into flour, make bread. Well, I took some of those same wheat berries and planted them here where the corn was. Okay, so, and so, and they're popping up, they're growing, and so my red winter wheat, hard winter wheat is all popping up. Onions are popping up in here. I got a lot of garlic in. Little chickens are here. So this is the other solar box, and you may not be able to see it very well. I have some treats and things in there too. I just like using these timers, and then I use the drawing a blank. What are they called? Relays, I guess, for the actuator and stuff. I'm not good with electronics, really, just kind of simple things, but I sure do enjoy figuring things out, and so I've been working on that. And so there's some lights out here. I give them rain of this back wall, mostly because that's where the roaches come from. So in my little thumbnail, I guess, or clip for this video is me staring at one of these chickens. I thought that was a funny one. And so we'll cut it out. All right, we'll head back. I don't know quite how long I'm going to be on tonight. I guess just till people get bored with me. Still have a lot going on in the back garden. And join me tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I will put that little link or in my community thing in the morning, hopefully early. But anyways, just look for it. Me and my son, Farmer Casey, will be on there. We'll either... I'm not sure if we're going to make tea or if you wanted to make an omelet, but we were going to do something. So you have to excuse my messy yard. And so join us then, and I'm going to show more of the garden you'll be able to see. Are you coming in, Solo? Come in. There we go. Come on, buddy. A lot of going on. I love to build, and I like to share these things, and so growing and building. Hey, did we get someone else? Carolina Kind family. Cheers. Good to see you. Oh, okay. RG, yes. No, beautiful. I'm glad you said this. So RG says, make sure you use an MPPT charge controller. That is the best. At least 30 amps. So you can build a larger system down the line. Thank you. Yeah, no, I've been looking at this a lot lately, and I had heard a lot about going with just MPPT. That's what I use on both these systems right now. I had seen the other ones, and they're cheaper, and so I was unsure. I've been reading a lot of reviews, so I'm glad you said that. I'll stick with MPPT. I had been on a 20 amp, so 30 amp, yeah, that's great advice. I'll upgrade. I need to buy one of those as well. So I have these two. They're a little smaller, but I do need to get one of those as well. So I'm going to do a video on my solar system when I do get all the components together. I guess I need to get another panel and that bigger thing, and I'll do a video on how I wire it all up. I'm going to put a water pump and a small utility sink over in the corner over here, so I can do some coaling and stuff right in here. Fernie Young, when you grow and share your experience, that helps others grow. Yeah, I think I think it's Alaskan Prepper who says, reach one, teach one, repeat. I think that's an awesome little mantra there, whatnot. So reach one, teach one, repeat. Yep. And so there is no such thing as failure. Yep. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn. I am a huge believer in that, and I'm telling my kids that all the time. So who is it? Edison, I think, that says he didn't fail 99 times. He discovered 99 ways not to make a light bulb or something like that. So yeah, no, you never fail. You always learn something as long as you try and learn from it and move on with it. If you like, I can do a video for you on your system. That could help you save money down the way. I would love that. Yeah. If you would do a video on your channel, I'm sure a lot of people would love that, especially right now with power concerns. There are always outages, and they're saying there's going to be rolling outages, and I know right now getting solar components may get harder. Anyways, yeah, definitely do a video. If you'd be willing to, I'd love to see your system. I'm sure a lot of people would. So, that's cool. Are you all the way off grid there, RG? Okay, cool. You'll make it tomorrow. So everyone go check out RG Arizona Homestead tomorrow. Let's see, I think I can drop his link here. I'm gonna get fancy, not real fancy, but kind of fancy. So when you search for someone's name, that actually does a lot better than following a link. So just for, if you all want to go search for him, that's best, but I'm gonna drop his link here. So let's see if I can get that. Oh, you have oh no, that's a video from, I thought that was a new video. I'm on your page here, but that's from 5 months ago. That's one I hadn't seen. I'll have to check it out after. I like watching yours, I do. Okay, so let me see if I can drop it here in the chat. And there we go. I believe that'll do it. Did that post? There we go. There we go. Okay. So I think I can drop links, and I believe CDB, you can drop them too if you wanted. Have you tried to make your own solar panels? To make my solar panels, I have not. You have intrigued my curiosity though. I don't know if I've ever heard of making the solar panels. Huh, I'll have to look into that. Can you make your own solar panels? So, I know they have, like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen the little stoves you can buy, and you burn stuff and it takes the heat from that and converts that to electricity where you can power your phone or stuff. They have them for backpacking and things. And then I know they have the plates, I forget what they're called, but they use them, I guess, in like refrigeration type things and stuff, where if one side gets really cold, the other side gets hot, and it generates electricity off of that. I'm not too familiar with that, but I've seen a little bit of that. And I know here in New Mexico, it gets so hot in the day and so, cold at night, or the temperature difference, it's quite a bit. I've been really curious as to if someone could draw electricity off of that, or off of even just like water wheels in your pipes that you're already running water through, or maybe a combination of a lot of little things. I don't know. I'm really interested in all kinds of alternative means. I'm sure that you can do a combination of maybe wind, solar, hydro, and thermal probably, and come up with something really cool. Maybe make some type of solar panel that could could work thermally at night or something, so you have one that could work both day and night. Okay, making your own solar panel, that's what I was looking at. Making your own solar, I got my laptop here. So, okay, let's see. You building your own solar panels, look at that. A bunch of old CDs to build solar panels, okay. That's cool. I'll have to look into that. Oh, Verna says, copy in what I sent out, Matt. Copy in what I sent out, Matt. I'm not sure exactly what you mean there. All right, let's see. RG Arizona. Wrong channel. Oh, that's your old channel. Your current channel has a cloud. Oh, no. Maybe that's why I saw a video that I hadn't seen. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with this stuff. Okay, let's see. That's probably why I saw a video I haven't seen. Oh, yeah, because you have more subscribers. Okay, let me go down. There it is. Okay. Let me post your your right link here. That's why I hadn't seen that video. I guess it was on your other one. Oh, CDB's telling me I need to. Okay, I'm getting to it. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so I think this is your current one. All right, and then let's see. RG says they make them, but it's not much power off them. There's got to be a better way. Oh, copy the web URL you said. Where did... I don't see a web URL you put here, Verna. I don't know if it didn't let you post it, maybe. I don't know if anyone else can see it in chat. Maybe I just don't see it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to go back. I don't see it. I like, yeah, the game cams I've seen, the DIY stuff I like. You know, I don't watch as many YouTube videos as I would like. I love watching, but I do miss a lot of people's videos. I listen to a lot of podcasts, I guess, type things, and music, just in my earpiece while I'm working around here. I don't actually watch a ton of videos. I listen to people more so. I do sit down and watch a lot of them, though. I you know, especially the ones that you kind of got to watch. RG, I know a lot of yours are that way, and I love watching them. But I miss a lot. Was it just, Verna, were we posting the link to your site? I can post the link to your site, Verna. If it was another link, I don't think it went up. I think maybe it got blocked. Oh, there's a big old mosquito here. I'm sorry, Verna. Let's see. We got 4 people in here. There's a couple of y'all on. RG says, I'm retired now and I have a lot more time in my day. That's awesome. That is cool. My days are full between my 2 children and working full-time plus and trying to do the homestead here in the backyard and take care of the animals and build things and all the other things I do. Trying to learn guitar and time. I don't know where to get more time. My time is gone. Yeah. It got eerily quiet around me. No traffic really, or that's odd. So I've been on 42 minutes. I think I'm gonna make it to the hour and just hang out and chat. And there's a couple of y'all in here, and I appreciate you guys being on here. I sure do love chatting with everyone. Let's see if I can get that mosquito and showing off what is going on. I need to be posting more videos. I recorded one today of digging up sunchokes and doing stuff. I actually record a lot of videos. I just don't get around to getting them out. So I need to release a lot. I'm thinking in the winter probably when I'm not going to be outside as much. I'll release a lot. It's hard to keep me inside. I am outdoors all day long if I can be. You were in my shoes a long time ago. I'm sure, yeah. And so that's awesome. No, I'm happy for you. That is awesome that you got that time. Your youngest is 34 years old. Okay. So yeah, I am... How old am I? 37? I'm 37. Yes. Youngest is 35. Oh, okay. So RG and Verna's youngest are both 34 and 35. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm right in that age. It is a busy age, a busy time in life. So my youngest is 9, and my oldest is he 15 now? 14. Yeah, 2008, 14. Jeez, time goes quick. You could be my son. Yeah, about in that age range. That's cool. Oh, CDB says 14. Yep, he's 14. So yeah, I'm right there in that age range. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. Well, I most certainly like watching and talking to and learning from people with more experience than I have. That's the only way I'm going to really grow. And I like sharing with people younger than me and hoping to get them up to age. Your granddaughter is 25. Oh, wow. Okay. How cool. Yeah, that's weird to think about someday having grandkids. Your granddaughter is 13. Kids learn such valuable skills with all you're doing. Yeah, I really hope, we are just too far removed from the food chain and from, there's too many conveniences, I think, in this world sometimes and stuff. And I don't know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I grew up a city boy pretty much, and I just think that there's definitely value in knowing how to grow plants and have animals, knowing how to put some back for a rainy day, canning and things like that, thinking towards the future, not just always living in the moment. I guess kind of preparedness thinking. I think that definitely value in the quality of the foods and things we grow and eat. It builds discipline and skill, and I don't know, there's a lot to it. I think in building, I like to include my kids in that as well, especially the way I do it, because there's a lot of creativity in it. I don't use plans or excuse me, anything like that. Everything I build is just out of my head, and there it goes. And so kind of solutions to problems. I have a problem and we come up with a solution, and so I like to include my kids in that. And so I think that's a valuable skill in itself in life. Kids teach me. Yeah, I learn so much from my kids. That is true. Yeah, they do. You just really gotta, it's just, you gotta take the time. Sometimes that's hard to include them in everything, and it's something, everyone struggles with sometimes, but you really gotta stop and slow yourself down and listen to them and include them, and you learn a lot. So you guys, if you haven't, and join me tomorrow, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I do garden chat with Matt and tea with Farmer Casey with my 9-year-old son. And I know on that, he speaks some knowledge that I don't know, and he teaches me a lot there. And so you definitely will see that there. You put your time with your kids and get them outdoors and teach them life skills. Yeah, so that's the goal. We need to do a lot more of it for sure. Hopefully this next week we're going to get some camping in, whether that be in the yard or out, but we're going to be doing some of that. So there's so much truth in that, and a better way of life. I think just a lot more fulfillment and joy as well. Casey Special blends his teas, yes. So Verna, we were going to do your tea last week that you had suggested, but with the filming problems and a lot of issues last week, we didn't get that done. So we're going to do that this next week. You should get your son the book, The Complete Medical Herbal by Penelope Audi. I might have that book actually. I'd have to look it up. I've been buying books over the last 2-3 years. One of the things, so the way I stock up or buy things like solar system, extra food, books like on stuff like that, or any items really, it's all been over the course of the last few years. I slowly buy. So every other month I'll get a book. I think it's important to have things, hard copies of things, not just everything digital. So we've been doing that. I'll have to look and see if I have that. If not, I will get it for him. So we have some Southwest Desert foraging plants and plant books and things like that. And every morning before school, we have about 20-30 minutes in between taking his brother and having to take him. And so I would like to homeschool, but that's another issue. There's there's value what they're doing now too, and they do have a very good school that's a lot different than a lot of other ones. And so, anyways, I get some time with him, and so we walk the irrigation ditches, and we have those books so we can try and learn and identify plants and some local stuff. So you have good advice, Verna, and we're going to do your tea tomorrow. So if you're able to join us, join us. My son kind of wanted to cook an omelet on camera too, so we might do that. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Oh, here, I had this laying here. So, this is a new sensor on my chicken door. It's on a timer that goes to a relay, and there's an actuator and all that. And it closes it for me every night, so I don't have to worry about it. And it had a little limit switch kind of, I guess, sensor on it. I call it a whisker switch, but I don't know, anyways. And so if something got in the way, it would stop it. And for whatever reason, I mentioned, I think on my live stream before, or one before that, briefly, but one of my chickens decided to sit there, and the switch failed, and the door shuts extremely slowly, I mean very slowly, so that chicken sat there and didn't move, and that was the end of that chicken, unfortunately. And so a couple things went wrong. The switch, the sensor failed, the chicken was stupider than usual. Anyways, so I got this new sensor, and so this is a proximity sensor, and so it'll sense anything opaque in the way, and I think this one goes up to, I believe it said 3 foot, should go all the way across the coop there. So if they're in the way, this will go to a relay that will stop the relay that controls the actuator. So that actuator is an extremely slow one, but it's a 200-pound actuator, which is probably overkill. Anyways. Red sumac. I do not have red sumac. It might be something I grow next year. We've been really getting into the herbs. I have a ton of herbs growing. We really do. So what we've done is we've put flowers, herbs, and then vegetables kind of together and done some companion planting that way, as well as companion planting like the basil under the tomatoes and things like that. So that way the bees come to the flowers, and then the herbs are mixed in as well. And so red sumac, I'll look into that. Now's the time of year, by the way, if you guys do have gardens or anyone out there, to be buying seeds, in my opinion, or saving seeds. So make sure you save them. That's important if you have them. If not, get them now. Don't wait until spring. Simple living. The older I get, the more I appreciate and find joy, true joy in simple living. Kind of the simpler it gets, although it's crazy right now and probably far from simple. But when I'm sitting out here doing this, or out in the yard, or doing the kind of simpler things, gardening and dealing with the animals, I enjoy it. Red sumac is great for mouth problems and throat illness. So that's definitely one I'll grow then. I've been doing toothache plant just because I do have some dental problems and stuff, so that might be one I will look into. Verna, thank you. Makes a wonderful tea as well. Okay, red sumac. So whenever I hear sumac, all I think of is Jurassic Park and poison sumac. So I'll have to look it up. But red sumac, I'll add that to my list actually. And so we have plants this year, such as strawberries, garlic, onion, hard red winter wheat, Egyptian walking onions, sunchokes. There's others, I'm sure. But anyways, that are going to overwinter. Our mints, our goji berries, elderberries, things like that. Those will all overwinter, and they'll come back in the spring. But I think I might want to build a small little greenhouse out here or something and try and keep some lettuces and things going throughout the winter. So I might be poison sumac is the white sumac. Okay, so I want red sumac. Stay away from white sumac. That's good to know. And that's also kind of like yarrow. I don't know, I did a video on yarrow, which is an amazing medical herb, but a lot of times it's confused with hemlock because it looks a whole lot like it, which is very poisonous. So it's good to know your plants and to teach the children that as well. They can be extremely useful or deadly. Matt, you should send me some of the lemongrass dried. Oh, okay. I can do that. Yeah, Verna, I'll try and do that. Simple Living. Hey, Simple. Oh, Simple Living's here. That's what you were saying. I completely missed that. I thought you were just saying Simple Living's good. Hey, Simple Living. Good to see you. So chickens and quail devise ways to die. They do. Chickens certainly, the quail most certainly, they have no sense of self-preservation. If there is a way they can scuba dive or, find a way to end themselves, they will. Let's see. Simple Living says, I am living in an apartment, first time ever. Sold our house, waiting for the right house. Okay. I bought some tower gardens and been growing basil, lettuce, catnip, marjoram in it. Next one will have garlic. How cool. That is awesome. Yeah. Well, first of all, I hope you find the right place. Second of all, there's nothing wrong with an apartment at all. I've lived in them most of my life, and there is still a whole lot you can do in the apartment, and it sounds like you're doing a lot as well with those tower gardens. So I know, like Verna too, who has all her quail and her koi in her apartment, and so in my opinion, there's no excuse to not be doing the things. And I've said, my version of doing the things is practicing the skills now. So grow something, raise something, practice something, do it now. And so yeah, while you're in that apartment, raise those herbs. That sounds neat. Simple Living, do you have a channel? If so, we'll throw out the link and we'll subscribe. I may have seen you in here before. If so, I apologize for not remembering. My memory's not the best. Verna says, Simple Living, I raise quail in my apartment. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Verna Simple Living, check her out. So my goal, and I said at the beginning, but my goal by the end of the month is to get StreamYard up and working, so that way I can put people's comments up and links and things. I don't know, and do some of that. So let's see. Simple Living. I just went out to the... Oh, you just went out to the forest and picked elderberries, rosehip, and wild apples, and dehydrated them. How cool. So yeah, last year was the first year I started collecting my rose hips and drying them. And this year, it's the first year I have my elderberry, and it's out behind this wall. That's why I keep pointing there. But it was hard to get to survive, and it did, and it was really thriving. And I had some roaches that were around it, so I planted catnip around it to keep the roaches away, which worked. But our neighbor cats now like to lay on it, and I'm afraid they did damage to the elderberry. I'm really hoping it does well, but no, you don't have a channel. Okay, that's okay, just curious. I always like to shout out if people do. Verna, I planted garlic in your planter. You had white taters in it. How cool. In a couple weeks, and be harvesting some sweet potatoes. You're harvesting sweet potatoes, Verna? Wow, that's cool. So I have sweet potatoes growing this year, and I think tomorrow we're actually going to dig them up and try and see if anything came from them. Drop your link. Oh, I got you, Verna. Okay. So let me do this. So I'm not fancy. I know some other channels there, I watch them and they're really quick with it. I'm not one of those. I will get there, but technology and me, I've just never been a big thing. I just kind of discovered YouTube a couple years back, and I was building a lot and doing some stuff, and so I struggled finding some of the videos I needed, and so I just kind of decided I'm going to put out my own channel, and maybe someone will be looking for stuff I put out. So get as much info out there as possible, right? So we're here at our house on a little under a quarter acre, and we're looking for land, hopefully. Get a couple acres, hopefully, and be able to do some other animals. And one of our biggest crutches here, security is probably our biggest crutch, just because of the urban area we're in and where we're at. Our second is water. And so without the city water, we can't get enough just off the rain and stuff alone here. I do have some, excuse me. I do have some plans using some dehumidifiers and stuff that I could get a little bit of drinking water and stuff with. As well as storing water, we do some of that. But water's an issue, so we do need to get somewhere with some better water. Verna sent her link. You grow them in bags. So we did some little red potatoes in bags last year, and those did all right. I do want to do more inside. My plants kind of got really lanky in there, and I think the lights just weren't powerful enough, and so I think I need to get some better grow lights too. I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish that expense in time for winter. One of the good things with time going a lot faster as you get older is projects, I guess, go a lot quicker, even though they could take a couple months. Sometimes they seem like they go like that, and so I can be here one moment and in my starting my spring garden next, it seems like. So the wait isn't so bad. We did a lot of canning this year, not as much as I'd like, but we did do a lot of that. Kind of beefed up our back pantry, just so we don't have to go to the store as much. I dried a lot of things. I really want to get a freeze dryer. That's an investment. So we're looking at that and talking, definitely some serious talks about it. It is a big investment though, and we'll see. I know I'm having some car issues right now and stuff, so I'm not too sure. We keep going back and forth on that one a little bit. Hey, Simple Living, you just subbed. Hey, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, everyone. So if you're not subbed, sub. Hit the thumbs up. It helps out. I appreciate it if you do. I know sometimes you got to drop out of chat, do that, and then hop back in. That's okay. Excuse me. Hit the bell, turn it to all. So I try and do a live stream every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and that's Quail Shack Chat with Matt. And not always about the quail, although it often is, because that's kind of what one of my big passions. And then we do Garden Chat with Matt and Tea with Farmer Casey Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I do also pop in with live streams from here time to time just to show things. And I like to make videos on my DIYs and stuff like that. So I have a lot of back videos I need to post. I think I have like 200 something videos out though. If you do my playlist and go to all videos, that's really about a third of the videos, just because I haven't updated it. I am horrible about getting on YouTube Studio and updating anything. Putting tags in videos. I know that helps out a lot with getting views and subscribers or catchy titles. The only reason I really gun for subscribers is for the community, for the fellowship, for you guys. I love discovering, new people and channels and just talking. It's awesome. So of course I want more subs for that reason. But let's see. Water catchment works. So we have water catchment on the chickens, and as I showed, I'm going to be putting it on the quail roof here, which is an 8-foot by 10-foot roof. I have a water catchment on our house too, but it's shingles, and so those carry a lot of chemicals. So I've been catching that water and using it to water the tree and grass and kind of some of the ornamental plants and things with. I'm not so big on drinking it, although I do have Berkey filters and stuff, so if I had to, I could run it through those or distill it or something. I had the lights too far away. That's why they grew lanky, Verna says. Okay. You're probably right. Yeah, they were pretty far. So maybe just lowering them down. They're LED too, so I think I'm worried about the heat, but I really shouldn't there. Simple Living saying we found that out the hard way too. Yeah, I had a huge problem this last year with our tomatoes and stuff. Verna says I'm horrible at making videos, but great at live streams. Yeah. Live streams are kind of easier to do. They are. I like doing both. But I remember, Verna, I think before you were doing your streams, seeing you over at my Shire, over at Zach's thing there. And then I remember talking in chat when you were talking about wanting to possibly hop on and do some. And I was thinking, yeah, do it. So that's awesome. I really enjoy yours. Need metal roof for catchment. Yep. Yeah. That's why, so the chicken roof is a small one. It's just 4 foot by 4 foot. So I'd put a metal roof on that. This one is the 8 foot by 10 foot. And so I had to buy the panels, and I think they're like $25 a piece right now. Metal's real expensive. So I've been buying like a panel every payday pretty much. And so it's taken me quite a few weeks, but I finally got this roof covered now, which is awesome. I can't do metal on my roof here, but if we find some land with a house, of course we'll go with what that has. If we end up being in like a trailer or something and building something, I would most certainly want to put metal on it. I just like the way it sounds too when it's raining. Yep, awesome. One panel at a time. Yeah, that's how I do everything. One little piece at a time. But I find if I just stick to it, you know, even like with building our back pantry and stuff, I go out and buy that extra bag of rice and a couple extra cans of something on top of what I was going to buy, and you just do that every payday or every week or something. And or like with the solar system, you know, and when I can, I buy a solar panel or a charge controller or a component, and after a while, before you know it, you have all the pieces and you can build it. So you just gotta stay on track. You need a decent camcorder. So I'm using my phone for this, which is a great phone I'm blessed with. It blows me away how much power it has, and you know, in such a small little device. But my brother had given me a good camera that I can use. It's not a camcorder, it's like an action cam. I don't know, but it's a really good camera, and I want to start using that. I use it for recording some of the videos and getting different angles and things. I want to start using it for the streams. I just haven't figured that out yet. Now I've been on over an hour. Hey, that's okay. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are too. I have 6 people in here, so someone's enjoying. So let's see, what time is it? It's 9:03. The lights in here are on a timer and may shut off on me. I also have been running them a lot extra today, and so if my battery, which is only a 12 amp hour in here, if that hits half the charge, half power, the charge controller will shut everything off, and I'll be in the dark. So I brought a little light in here in case that happens. Just so if the lights go off, everyone knows why. Verna says, I have a camcorder I got from Amazon, but can't find out what memory card it uses or where to put it. Oh no, that's a problem. Those sound like problems I have. Me and technology, I always have to have someone else show me how to do something. I used to make fun of my brother when we were kids for being on the computer and doing all that, and you know, now that he has a great job doing that, and and now here I am having to do all this stuff, and so I'm not good with it. Hey, Renegade Black Sheep Homestead, it's good to see you in here. Good to see you again. Oh, Solo wants to say hi. He decided to say hi. You gonna sit up here? Look at the camera. Hey, it's nice to catch you. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me. It's good to see you. So we're just chatting. Yeah. So let's see. I don't know how the weather's been for everyone. It's been crazy all over the place. I hope everyone's safe and doing well, and wherever you're at. Here in New Mexico, we're kind of blessed, really. I mean, we have drought and some fires, and you know, we have every couple decades maybe a small tornado or something. A whole lot of sun and UV, but we don't have hurricanes or floods or anything like that here. So we're kind of away from a lot of that. I know we're in the desert, and a lot of other homesteaders or preppers or different channels like that are always kind of talking smack about people out in the desert, and why would you do it? And well, you know, you can do it, and I think there's some valuable skills learning how to do it sometimes. Who knows if we'll be in the desert always, though. I may end up somewhere else. I'd love to visit other parts of the country. Right now your highs are close to 70 for a few days. Ours are right around 80, so right around there, and then at night it's about 50. It's kind of nice. I've been enjoying it. Fall's I love spring the most because of planting and being able to get out after winter and actually do things. But I do enjoy fall, and I like having fires, and I like getting around the fire and smelling like the fire, and I enjoy being in a cozy sweatshirt or have my wool blanket. The chickens are out. So right behind this brick wall you see here is the city, is the urban environment. And right now possibly some weirdos and stuff too. I think I hear someone back there. But anyways, that's some roaches or bugs come from over this wall is where they come from. And so the chickens take care of them. So you may see them running back and forth there. Verna says your nights are in the mid to lower 40s. So you actually have a really good swing there too. Yeah, about the same as we do, it sounds like right now at least. 40s, ooh, so it's colder. Renegade Black Sheep Homestead. The weather is getting chilly at night here. Now I have you have 7 baby chicks that are 4 days old. Okay, so I'm glad you had brought that up. Yep. 4 days old, how cool. And 7. They're chicken chicks, I believe, right? Nope. I told the lights went out, so yeah, I thought they would. Let me get them back on here. Okay, and yeah, and it was the battery because it's not going to let me turn them on with the switch. So I had been running the lights quite a bit in here, and it's been really cloudy. Actually, like RG had mentioned there, with it being in the winter and needing more panels, and so those batteries just aren't charging up enough. That's why the lights went off on me. So if you missed the first half of my chat, really, I guess. I got my hands on a battery that's coming, so I'm going to be upgrading the solar system here. Hopefully this next week. And then solar panels, I have 20 watts right now with the clouds and the little shorter days. It's just not enough to do everything I want, so I'm going to be putting that 100-watt solar panel and getting a second one off Craigslist, hopefully, thanks to RG's advice there. Let's see. The weather is getting chilly at night. Oh, yeah. Oh, and I just read that. Buff Orpingtons. Hey, how cool. We have 4 big Buff Orpingtons. I have 4 Rhode Island Reds and 1 Silky. We had a couple other Silkies that passed away. Well, you're just hopping in. Brenda Young says, oh, why all the Band-Aids? I talk with my hands a lot. So, my cuticles, I think they're called, or my you get hangnails. In New Mexico, it is extremely dry here. I mean, almost like no humidity most of the time, and it just sucks all the moisture out. And so the last couple weeks, it's actually been more humid, and my hands, I guess, have gotten more moisture, a little more plump, and then now it's back to being super dry. So they have dried out and cracked, and so I'll put Band-Aids on there when I'm working outside just because they crack a lot and putting them in my hands. This one, I hit with the screwdriver and put a pretty good hole in it. So I injure myself a lot. I'm not the most careful person. I get used to it. But hey, Renegade, use bee wax. That's a great idea. I want to keep bees too, speaking of bees, but that's not going to happen on the urban homestead. That'll be for the homestead later. Aloe vera. I do, yeah. They look like working hands, huh? So I have some aloe vera plants I've been cultivating and growing inside. So yeah, I can do that. I'm going to show those birds again. I think I've showed them twice here, but we'll take the brand new back door I put in this thing. So it opens this way. I think I'm going to pull it the other way because I keep wanting to do it the other way. But for now, it opens here. Solo, get out of here. Get Solo. Go on, back in there. Go back in. Go back in the quail shack. So let me see. Some of the chickens are still out. I think the light turns off at 9:30 out here, and then in the coop at 10, and then the door shuts at 11. There's a little Silky there. That's Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Shit. I like the Silkies. They're fun. They look like little Muppets. And so let's see. We come out here. There's a couple of the Rhode Islands. It's real dark. It's kind of hard to see them. They don't show. Their colors don't show. Nikki, are you following me around? See if we can find the Orpingtons. They're probably up in there. Let's see. Get the camera in there. We'll get the camera in there. That's what we'll do. They're up there. They're chilling. They're looking at me weird. So all of the Orpington buffs are named Betty. It doesn't matter which one you're talking to. They're all Betty. And then the Nicky and someone else. And I think that's wrong. Anyways, my son will correct me later. But they're pretty much all Parmesan, depending on whichever one you're looking at. And then Nikki gets to be Nikki. So there we go. We'll come back here where I can see the chat again. So you have 7 baby. You said 7 baby Orpingtons. I like the Orpingtons. I really do. They're good egg layers. They're nice big birds. Yeah, they're nice. I like them. I really do. The Rhode Island Reds I like too. They seem so the Orpingtons seem a little friendlier. I guess if you have kids or people like that around, they're great. You can also use coconut oil. Cool. Yeah, so I have all these things. I've been actually trying to get some more coconut oils and things like that because they store better. So it looks like I've been on about 75 minutes, and I can hear actually a lot of people behind me at this wall here. And I do have some security concerns. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm going to hop up and see what's going on and put my stuff away. Thank you, CDB, for being here and moderating as always. Thank you, Verna Young, for showing up. Thank you, Renegade Black Sheep Homestead. Thank you, RG Homestead. Thank you, Simple Life. And who else? Anyone else I may have missed, and anyone else that has joined or that watches later. I do appreciate it oh so much. And broody, yeah. So I used some of one of my broody Orpingtons to hatch out some quail eggs actually. And it was a success, except for I missed it by 2 hours when they hatched. And I think that the chicken got scared and ate them. So my computer's giving me some weird things with the internet too. So be safe. Albuquerque's crazy. It is crazy, yep. And I believe, Renegade, you're here in New Mexico too. So you be safe too. Albuquerque's kind of a crazy area. New Mexico's not so bad. But Koraru, yep, I missed you. Thank you, CDB. I appreciate that. So thank you for joining Koraru as well. And for everyone else that listens, if you can, join me tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the garden chat. If not, we will see you next week. And just make sure you put on the bell. Check out my community tab for more posts, as well as I hope to get a video this week on my other channel, my daily BDU, for some Bible reading and whatnot. So check out stuff for there as well. Hey, Nick, you just caught the end. Nick, or Arizona Highland Homestead, how he says howdy y'all. Hey, Nick, so I am getting out of here, but I do want to just say, how are you doing, man? I know it's about that big time, right? So I hope all is well with you. Before I give my final goodbye, I just would like to see. I know you got a whole lot going on right now, and I've been praying for you and everything. Verna's saying, have a blessed night. Yep. And I'm going to hop off here. I was just hoping maybe Nick, let's see. You are well. God is good all the time. Yes, he is, Nick. So I'm sorry I can't chat with you a little bit more here. I'm hoping you do your stream this week. If not, I will chat with you when I can. But it is good to see you, and that is a good way to end. God is good all the time. Stay strong. Do the things. Do the things. We'll see you all later. Till next time. Have a good evening.